This is TJ. In this video, I'm going to show you how to download and install the free video editing program Lightworks on your Windows computer. So I'm using Windows 8 for this example, but these instructions will also work on Windows 7, Windows Vista, and Windows XP. First, you want to open up an internet browser. I'll choose Firefox for this example. And then we'll go to a search engine like Google and search download Lightworks. And then we'll look at the first real search result, so not the ad, this is the ad, but below this thin gray line is the real download for Lightworks. So the address is lwks.com, so I'll click on that. And this will take us to the page where we can download. So it's available for Windows, Linux, and Macintosh, but I'll just show you how to download it on Windows. And there's two versions. You've got these two red buttons here, the option to download a 32-bit version or a 64-bit version. And that depends on the speed of your computer processor. So if your computer is new in the last couple of years, you can go ahead and do the 64-bit processor. If you know you have kind of a slower, older computer, then you want to go with 32-bit. 32-bit will work no matter what. It'll work on both 64 and 32-bit systems, but 64 will only work on 64-bit systems. So I'm going to download 64-bit because I know I have a 64-bit processor. And then, so I clicked on that link, and then it takes me to this page, and this pops up and says, do you want to save the file? So I'll click Save File, and then it starts into my downloads here. So if I right click on the top right corner, it'll show me the progress of this download. That's how it works in Firefox anyway. If you're using Internet Explorer or Chrome or a different web browser, the downloads might pop up from the bottom, or the status of the downloads. And the place they're downloading to on my computer is under the downloads folder. That's where I have them go by default. So all my downloads go into the downloads folder, and that's probably how it is on your computer too, unless sometimes a dialog will pop up and say, where do you want to save this to on your computer? Then you could save, it's just the installer, so you could save it to your desktop, you could save it to the downloads folder or documents folder, and once it's done installing, you can actually delete this installer. We just need it for installing. You may or may not know that. I'm just giving as much information as I can in case you're new to installing software on your computer. Okay, so this is just about done. And then we can actually launch it right from here, or we can go to where it's actually downloaded on the computer and launch it from there, but I'll just launch it from here. So to do that, I left click on the downloaded file. That chime is Windows saying, did you authorize the running of this program? And I said yes. And then I'll click OK under English. I'll click Next. Next. You have to accept the terms of agreement. I'll keep all these checked. And this says where it's being installed on the computer under Program Files, which is a good place. And what it's going to be called, Lightworks. Since I'm just going to keep this at 1. Oh, I have to change it, huh? So just make up a random number. That's just in case you have multiple machines doing editing. It's just a unique number for your editing machine. And for me, I'm just going to use just this one laptop for doing my editing, so that really doesn't matter for me. Okay, I'll pause the video here while this is installing, and then I'll resume it once it's finished. And we just wait for it to install at this point. Okay, and now it's completed the installation, so I'll click Next, and then just click Finish. And now we have a Lightworks icon down here on our desktop that it put here for us. It's also in our installed programs. If you want to download, if you want to find out where it's at on your computer, you can go to C, Program Files, and it'll be under Lightworks. So if you wanted to create, if it didn't do a desktop icon for you, you can just right click on here and go Create Shortcut. It'll put it on the desktop. We already have one, but do the second one. Anyway, there you go. So now you have Lightworks installed. And just to make sure it works, so then when you first open it up, it says that you need to create a username and a password to use it. So you have to do this on Lightworks website. So we'll click on this link up here, and that'll take us to register on the website. And I know I've registered before. I'll just register again. Okay, so I've created my username and password, so I'll just type them in here. And then I will type in my password. And here we go. So then we can start our projects. We can name our first project and set up, how we want it to go. And here we are. So we're into Lightworks. You've got it installed on your computer, and away you can go. It's a great video editor. One of the better options for Windows if you're doing editing on Windows. So appreciate you watching this video. Check out my other ones and my website, tjfree.com, for more information about great free software. And we'll catch you on the next one.